Good morning, and welcome to day 26 of Script Gym. We're almost done. It's in the home stretch. This is our last week of writing. We have today, tomorrow, and Friday, basically, to get most of the rewrite done, and then you give yourself a day or two, maybe next Sunday or Monday, and do a final polish rewrite. Just to make it sure that it's looking great. It's all formatted correctly. No grammar, no spelling. Very presentationally, professional. So we're going to rewrite until the end of the second act. Today is the hope, if you haven't gotten there already, but that's the goal for the day. If you're beyond that and you're on to your second rewrite, fantastic. So the quote of the day is reread, rewrite, reread, rewrite. If it still doesn't work, throw it away. And that's what I've been kind of saying, is that the more you read it, you finish a pass, you reread it out loud, you hear how it goes, and it gives you a holistic view of the script. So, and if it's still not working after a couple, 2, 3, 4 rewrites, well then that's it. It's kind of it. So, and then go on to your warm-up. There's a link to a video. It's the name of the program is Insanity, which I love. I've done dozens of times. And just do the first 10 minutes of it is the warm-up. After that is the workout. And if you want to do the workout, the Insanity workout, by all means do it. It's great. It's about 40 minutes. But if you're just going to do the warm-up, that's it for the first 10 minutes of the video. And okay, and then we're on to our writing exercise for the day, which is to create a story, a piece of memoir. It's called From A to Z. It could be a story, it could be a memoir, it could be a poem. It's 26 sentences long, and each sentence, the first word of the sentence begins with the next letter of the alphabet. So first one starts with A. Now they can be 3-word sentences, they can be long, whatever. So take 10 minutes and have fun with it. I've seen people do it on stage as an improv, but it's a really good writing exercise too, which is fun. So just kind of let your mind go. So first sentence with A, then B, then C, and so on. So take 10 minutes, pause the video, and then come on back. Welcome back. Okay, so as far as the lecture today, we're going to go more into the rewrite, and these are just different approaches, different ways to hit your script. And the idea here is just kind of tear through it like with a machete. Just go through it quickly. Whatever your goal is, whether you're working for structure or dialogue or story or whatever it happens to be, or you're working on your characters, go through it very quickly. This should be the fun, easier process than the actual writing process. So ask yourself if everything belongs there in your script. If not, as we talked about yesterday, then it's time to excise it, get rid of it. So this is about tightening and retightening, taking out any little thing that isn't absolutely necessary in your script. If your dialogue needs punching up, it doesn't necessarily need to be removed. Sometimes it needs to be elevated, raising the stakes. Check the central question. Is it asked early in the script, and is it somehow answered near the end of the script? Have you said what you want to say in the script clearly? The descriptions. Now, if you can say it in 3 words as opposed to an entire sentence, please do. And I've mentioned to some of you, always ask yourself, how do we know that? If you put things in your action lines about your character, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, that there's no way about their history, that no way that we could actually figure it out unless you telling us, then get rid of it. Show, don't tell. Find your exposition where you do tell us stuff, and if you can replace it with a video, a visual image, please do. Pacing, remember, each page is an entire minute, and we sat for a minute of silence. It's a very long time, so make sure you not cram things in, sometimes being very spare is it, but if you can say it with a visual image, then you can actually add a lot more to your page. Answer these questions about each of your scenes, which we talked a lot about conflict in scenes. What is the purpose of this scene? Is it the best possible way to convey that purpose? Do you need the scene? Does it advance the story that we talked about? Does it progress from the previous scene, or is it just simply follow it with no, actual cause and effect? Did you already express this? Is it a repetitive scene? Make sure that you eliminate scenes that repeat. You can consolidate them, but if you kind of do the same thing more than once, then get rid of it. And a lot of people, that tends to happen in the second act where you're at, because it gets a little slow and laggard, and how do I keep adding more information and more conflict to the story? And we talked about that. Obviously, you bring in subplots, you bring in secondary characters, you focus on your antagonist story. Again, the cause and effect. Is your hero, are they evolving? Are they changing? Are they about to hit a low point at the end of the act where they kind of let go and just give up? Are they trying different things? Are their goals clear? Again, do the scenes reflect how you want the story to progress? Is it just progressing in a way, or does it kind of meander? And these are questions. Again, it's a lot about problem solving. So ask yourself these questions objectively, not as the writer, but as someone who's watching your film. Remember, because screenwriting is just a template for what's going to be on the screen anyway. So again, how do we know that? So you don't want to just put in things that we couldn't figure out unless you just told us. We can see what the characters do. We can hear what they say. We can see and hear what we can't know what they're thinking. We can judge by their reactions to things. You can use voiceover. You can use flashback to give this exposition. Again, does your hero change? Do they evolve? Are they going in a certain way? Are they consistent? We talked about that. You want to make sure that, that if you want to change things from telling to showing, because it's a visual. And if there's any way that you have dialogue that you can replace it with a visual, please do. And again, you want to just keep adding obstacles and keep raising the stakes throughout. And are you doing that into the act to the point of where the end of the act, it's gotten so difficult that they're about to give up? And in fact, the audience believes that it's over. So, okay. So, and I just want to briefly, as a review where you're at, the fifth sequence is your subplot. A way to avoid, as I told, the laggard and repetitive second act is to shift focus for a time to the antagonist or secondary characters. Make sure if you're going to have a secondary character in their storyline that it B story, C story, whatever, that it intertwines somehow or affects the main story, is not just sort of this independent thing that doesn't even resolve itself. So the difficulties and obstacles facing the main character should continue to increase. And that's what I just mentioned, and that's about the stakes as well. The sixth sequence is the main culmination leading to the end of the act, which is the end, the belief that all is lost. It's the all is lost moment. Now, if it's a tragedy, of course, it's reversed. It's kind of like, wow, things are actually turning out well, and they can't even see beyond. There's hope, when in the next act we find out that hope was really hopeless. So it's kind of a reversal. It's the false ending at the end of the act. So that's kind of where you're getting up there. So go on the discussion board, for the day where you're at seeing the video. Go over this stuff. And then that's where you kind of want to be, as I say, at the end of the day. Now, if you're not, then that should be your goal, to catch up to that point, because you want to, as I say, get it through at least one pass, one full pass, and then a polish. That's the minimum. Now, it's not for me, it's for you guys. The more you're able to do for the script, if you're able to get 2 passes and a polish, then the further along you're going to be when you come back to the script. As I say, it's the end of the class is not necessarily going to be the end of your journey with this script. So once that's over, that's the end of the lecture. Then you go on to the workout, which is just a continuation and building of what we've been doing. So you're up to 56 high knees, which, as you know, is just raising your knee and with a little bit of a twist. 56 of those, 105-second plank, which is a minute and 45 seconds, somewhere in there, I guess it is. 46 lunges, and you can go down 4 and then turn around and go 4 more, however best you want to do it, but you want to make sure you're at a 90-degree angle. 90-second wall sit, and 41 push-ups. Now I recommend, obviously this is Script Gym, I do recommend you do this workout and then write, because then you'll be in a peak state. You don't want to just put it off. You've done the workout. You don't want to not do the workout. I mean, the idea is that the two are linked together. And again, it's about doing something every day, being accountable every single day. And as I also mentioned, these are not suggestions. These are assignments. So I need you guys to, be on board and do these things. And if it doesn't work at the end, okay. But I see all the progress that you guys are making already. So what you can't necessarily see on a daily basis, I can see it is already working, between finishing your scripts, doing more, demanding more of yourself in the workouts, getting to that point of discomfort and then working through it is really impressive. So keep going with it. And we will meet tomorrow in DMAC, and it'll be kind of the last day that we meet for writing. And if you want to take advantage of staying at class and then doing some writing after the workout, by all means, please do. I'll stick around. And the goal, again, is to rewrite today to the end of the second act and post it on send it on the assignments. And like I said, do something every day. Post wherever you're at every day. It's accountability to me, but it's more importantly, it's accountability to you. If you're having issues with your script, by all means, contact me. Let me know, and we can set up a Zoom. We can talk before class, after class, whatever works. I want you to get the most out of this, truly. So, and have fun with it. I mean, that's if you're not enjoying this process. I know it's hard work, but I want you to get some joy, some appreciation of this, and to look back on this as, wow, I not only that I accomplished this, but also I had a pretty good time doing it. So that's about it for today, day 26, and we will see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and good luck. Have great writing and exercise, and we'll see you then. Okay.